All right, there we go. Okay, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another one. Let's see. Today, I'm just going to be talking about Storm Rain and giving my opening thoughts. Having just reached maps, I just reached maps yesterday evening. Ran a couple of T1s, so it's time to talk about Storm Rain. Excuse me. But yeah, so current TLDR, if you don't actually want to watch a breakdown, not going to be a great league start and in its current state. But with investment, I think this skill is going to be insane, especially for boss killing. Um, the reason it's not a great league starter is I mean, you need a lot for it to really start popping off and feeling good. You need GMP. Where is it? There we go. You need GMP. You need a lot of attack speed before it actually really starts popping off. And then bows. You're going to need some decent bows. I don't know if this flat, like, currently my theory is run with basically you run with where is it? I don't even know where I have it linked. Yeah, you run with elemental damage with attacks, and then you run Storm Rain, Mirage Archer, GMP, LE damage with attacks, and then you do flat added cold, flat added lightning for your six link. And I think that's the way to go, at least if you're going to be league starting it, because otherwise you're going to have to deal with a lot of other scalings and stuff. And this way you just have a bunch of generic flat LE damage. Same thing with the bow. I think you can literally just go generic flat LE damage, but that's a problem for a league starter. This is a very somewhat tedious, I would say, to obtain item. It's not going to be great. And so you really want to probably not league start this. I think this will be a decent second character or third character of a league. Um, I'll say this: having it in a totem feels incredible. I have been swapping around for the few maps I've run. I've run about 5 or so tier 1 maps, and I swapped back and forth between this and Lightning Arrow. I've been leveling Lightning Arrow just as an offhand, just in case I wanted to swap off. Um, and yeah, I mean, Lightning Arrow still feels pretty strong, in case you're wondering. It's actually pretty solid. Lightning Arrow feels really good. And having this totem be there for like boss fights and other stuff feels really solid. I would recommend not doing Focus Ballista. It's actually kind of awkward. Focus Ballista support feels very awkward. It's very weird, and it doesn't, like, for Focus Ballista, unless you're using it on an already Ballista skill, you have to run Ballista Totem and then run Focused Ballista, because, so in this case, you have to waste 2 full links to get the totem. So I just, and personally, I just like it auto firing at the boss. I can just set 3 of them down and just run around without it. So I would recommend not doing, a full focused ballista totem. I'd recommend just do normal totems, use it as a boss killer, and just try it out there. You can try it. I would say, I would caution you, if you're not someone who likes rain skills, if you don't like Rain of Arrows, Toxic Rain playstyle, you're not going to like this. This is like a slightly more rampy version of Toxic Rain and a much more rampy version of Rain of Arrows. Because, like, what I mean by rampy is you have to build up those arrow stacks, getting the lightning chaining between them all. It does stack really well, but you have to get to that point where there's, like, at least I would say around 30 to 50 arrows on the ground. You'll start seeing some, like, really, really good noticeable damage. But, excuse me, before that point, you're going to really suffer for damage. You are really going to suffer for damage, and it's just going to feel bad. Like, that's part of the problem, is that the clear of it is rough, because you have to plant, fire, 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 fire. You can, like, put your totems down, and that helps a lot. That is one cool interaction, I will say. All your arrows play together. So if you put down 3 totems, and you have a Mirage Archer, and you yourself are firing them, they all feed off each other. So it is very possible to ramp, and that's what I've been doing as a raider. I've been doing a decent raider tree. I'm trying out the frenzy charges because since they nerfed the onslaught effect, I wanted to do that, and I'm just using a silver flask to get onslaught for clearing. not worried about it for bosses really. But I think a full totem version of this might actually feel better than trying to self cast it. And then you can just use some other main hand skill. Just literally just get watchtowers over here and just let totems do it. Because when it stacks up, it does so much damage. Even at my current League Start gear. Once you have it ramped up, it feels great. Getting it ramped up feels terrible. That's the like long and short of it. So yeah, currently, I'm doing pretty well. I got this bow, or rather my brother was, he dropped this bow the other day. He was doing some expedition. And yeah, so this was what I've been using currently. Really solid drop. A lot of flat damage, a decent attack speed roll. I would say probably you're actually going to want to use a thicket bow. Or I can't remember what the base type is. I think it's an Imperial that has the implicit for elemental damage with attack skills implicit. And I think it's a 1.45 attack speed base, so it's still pretty close to a thicket bow, but those are your two options. Yeah, I think it's pretty solid. It's a bit mana hungry, but I think that's going to be a problem for a lot of builds currently. So currently I'm running Essence Sap and Enduring mana. I just happened to find this and I transmuted it and alterationed it a couple of times. Got an Enduring Flask, not bad. Yeah, I mean, it's a good skill. I will say that. I think it's a good skill. I think thematically it works for what it's trying to do. I am only level 69, so it will almost guarantee, like I said, with investment, I think this skill is going to slap. I think this skill is going to delete the setupable bosses. So things like Conqueror, Elder, Shaper, things where you can just sit there and just line up a bunch of arrows around them before they start. You will probably be able to delete bosses with this. I think Mines, I said this during my live stream back on League launch day on Friday. I think Mines with Conk Effect, somebody in the chat told me that Conk Effect narrows the cone of how wide the arrows spread out. So I think Mines might actually be a really, really, really solid way of doing this. Because then you get past the need for all the attack speed and the totems and everything. You're literally just going to launch a payload of them, and it's just going to throw up a huge crap ton of projectiles. I think that might actually be a solid potential option. But yeah, if you are trying to self-do it, you might want to consider being a Deadeye. I think this skill was made with Deadeye in mind because of the extra projectiles and stuff, but... I said it also on stream. I said Deadeye is the for fun class. You will absolutely have a much easier time ramping the damage and getting, tailwind and everything else. You're going to be faster, zooming, but you have to like rain skills. You have to be okay with a damage delay, on your payout for damage. And I kind of don't like that as much. By nature, I'm a spellcaster player. I love Spellslinger. That's going to be my next build, by the way. I'm going to be using the next couple of days, just using this character to be a currency farmer, and I'm literally just going to start building a Volatile Dead Spellslinger Necro, and I'm just going to play around with that. I'm going to make a few videos about that coming up and just being like, is Spellslinger dead? I don't know. Path of Building would indicate Spellslinger is going to be kind of rough, but we're going to have to find out and figure it out and try it out. So look for that in the next couple of days. If you're interested, please subscribe. Hey, I'm sitting at now I'm at chilling at 15 subscribers. Not bad. Last I checked, anyway. Hopefully, I would love to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, but that is a humongous, lofty goal, and who knows? But hey, I figured I'd ask. I think it's it's worth saying, hey, go down there and subscribe if you're interested in seeing some of these build guides. I think that's pretty much going to be the end of this particular build. I don't think I'm going to make any other dedicated videos to it. I think not a great League starter. I think with investment, the skill will be crazy. And I think as a follow-up skill, not as a follow-up skill, as a secondary 6-link, I think as a boss-killing totem 6-link, or just a gem swap 6-link, I think this skill will delete bosses with high investment builds in trade, or maybe even in SSF. You basically can just stack a bunch of elemental damage, so SSF is very possible with this. if you're going SSF, you're going to probably have to have mana, or sorry, Essence Sap the entire time, and an Enduring Mana Flask. Yeah. I think I'll leave it to the smarter brains of the community to try and like min-max the hell out of this and just see where it goes. I think, yeah, I think that's kind of the general sum of it. I think mines will be good. I think using it as a backup 6-link for boss killing and otherwise, and then just using another skill for clear is going to be the way to go with this. That's just my final takeaways. Yeah, well, hey, like I said, over the next few days, I'm going to be getting currency. I'm going to make a Spellslinger build, Volatile Dead Necro. I will be streaming for sure Monday and Friday from at least 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., potentially 5 to 8 p.m. It just depends how I'm feeling and based on how much homework I have, because I have calculus and some other classes I'm doing right now. So yeah, subscribe if you're new here. If you're looking forward, if you're looking for some other content to watch, please feel free to go down there and subscribe. And yeah, hope to see you all in the next one. Peace.